The gentlewoman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today and speak in opposition to H.R. 1435. California has long been a global leader in the fight against air pollution. Whether it's greenhouse gases, smog, or other harmful pollutants, California has often been the first state to protect our citizens from the terrible health impacts of dirty air. You get a lot of criticism when you're a leader, and Californians are no strangers to criticism. But time and again, that criticism fades as the rest of the country and often other countries see the benefits of California's emissions policies. In 1966, California established the first tailpipe emission standard in the nation. The country soon followed with the Clean Air Act of 1970, which created the EPA and established the first national air pollution standards. But the Clean Air Act also recognized California's leadership by explicitly affirming California's authority to set more stringent emission standards. Thanks to that authority, California continued to lead the fight against air pollution and adopted the first NOx standards and the first particulate matter standards for motor vehicles. And in 2004, California adopted the first greenhouse gas pollution standards for vehicles. EPA followed in 2010 with the first national standards for greenhouse gas pollution from vehicles. Now the impacts of climate change caused by fossil fuel pollution are becoming more numerous and deadlier. More frequent and more intense floods, hurricanes, wildfires, and heat waves threaten to make our communities unlivable. This bill, however, enshrines the internal combustion engine in the Clean Air Act. You know, we're leading the nation with cutting-edge vehicle emission standards that reduce greenhouse gas pollutants and lead the world in the fight against climate change. But this bill is a love letter to big oil, legally mandated that the Americans think first of the internal combustion engine before considering air quality or public health. We have a chance to stop climate change before it is too late, but this bill will keep dirty gas and diesel cars on the field forever, dooming our children to face the world impacts of climate change. I urge my colleagues to vote no on H.R. 1435, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Greetings, friends. I have bad news to share with you this morning. Our federal government just announced that the poverty rate in the United States has doubled, but Democratic lawmakers are also pushing to restore new tax credits. And this would provide automatic deposits of thousands of dollars to many low-income households. My dearest friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video for all the details. Also, this coming Friday and every Friday, I will be announcing winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dearest friends, the greater your chances of winning the weekly giveaways. The U.S. Census Bureau released new data this week that showed child poverty doubled in 2022. The supplemental poverty measure showed that child poverty rates rose from 5.2% in 2021 to 12.4% in 2022. This is the highest rate of childhood poverty since 2011. The increase in child poverty is attributed to a number of factors, including inflation and the expiration of crisis-era relief programs. The crisis caused widespread job losses and economic hardships, while inflation has made it much more difficult for American families to afford basic necessities. The expiration of crisis-era programs, such as the expanded child tax credit, has also contributed to the increase in child poverty. Democratic Representative Rosa DeLauro said, "There has been no modern policy that has been as successful as the expanded monthly child tax credit. Millions of children were lifted out of poverty. hunger was cut by 26%, and families were provided with unprecedented economic security. Millions of American families used this extra money to pay for housing, food, childcare so they could go to work, and other basic essentials of everyday life. Moreover, for every $1 invested, the child tax credit provided $8 in social and economic benefits. Representative DeLauro said that the monthly child tax credit was a huge success and the best solution to reduce child poverty. She also said it is time to bring it back and provide middle and working class families with the permanent economic security that they deserve. Democrats and the Biden administration are again trying to renew the expanded child tax credit. The state of Connecticut's own temporary child tax credit expired in 2022. The program, which was not renewed as part of budget negotiations, allowed eligible families to receive tax rebates of $250 per child for up to 3 children. Advocates for the program are hoping the new data inspires its renewal next year. New Jersey Senator Cory Booker says Congress allowed child poverty to spike. Republican Congressman Dan Muser says there are still options for tackling child poverty. But many opponents say entitlement programs like the expanded child tax credit are too costly and contribute too much to the ballooning national debt. Cory Booker argues the price tag of not acting is even greater. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts about child tax credits? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Poor Americans primarily use the monthly child tax credit payment for basic necessities, such as groceries, utilities, and rent. Republican lawmakers unilaterally oppose expanding the credit in the first place and then extending it. Conservative Democratic Senator Joe Manchin, who voted for the American Rescue Plan, also opposed extending the expanded credit. When congressional Democrats passed the Inflation Reduction Act, a significant climate and tax policy bill in July of 2022, it did not include the expanded child tax credit. Senator Joe Manchin appeared largely unfazed by the new census data on childhood poverty. Senator Manchin told reporters this week, "It's deeper than the expanded credit. The federal government cannot run everything." Senator Mitt Romney, who has proposed his own child allowance legislation that is in some ways more generous than the expanded child tax credit implemented by the American Rescue Plan, echoed that sentiment, indicating that the increase in child poverty was to be expected. Democrats also continue to attempt to leverage re-implementation of the expanded credit in exchange for extending a popular research and development tax credit, although this strategy has not yet succeeded. Democrats insist that there is no room for bipartisanship on the issue. The Republican Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017 expanded the amount of the child tax credit, but several sticking points remain for GOP lawmakers. Republicans have pointed to the cost of the expanded credit, although many experts argue the returns on it would be 10 times the price tag. Well, my greatest and most amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this morning. My dear friends, thank you very much for being part of this community. Tomorrow, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. My dear friends, please make sure that you enter the giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dearest friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you, and have a wonderful and very blessed Thursday.